Right then folks, good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new around here, I'm Lou, this is Emily, and this is our self-converted van called
Fanny!
And she loves it. No, she doesn't, she hates it. I personally love it. And we're gonna rush through the questions, obviously. So we're just gonna put a quick video out about our experience on YouTube. We get so many questions over and over and over again, and it's one we've been meaning to do for a while, but we've never really got round to it. But today we are packing up the van for a road trip.
Come on!
So we thought we'd quickly shoot this video out. So it is going to be very raw and unedited and just go. But here are the questions. So question number 1: how do you deal with tolls? We pay them. How do you deal with trolls, the naysayers, negative comments, and the thumbs down brigade? And how does it affect our mental health? Well, do you want to go?
Yes, so we don't actually get many trolls. We are very fortunate in that way. We obviously have had a few.
One troll in this van. Sorry, I just thought of that one.
Why? It's meant to be quick. You're going to have a go at me in a minute.
Go.
Trolls. So yes, we don't get very many trolls. We obviously have had a few bad comments and stuff, but Louise is very good at like batting them away and just shutting them down, so it's really interesting. So if you do ever see one of them comments, read our answer, because it's always going to be a cracker.
Yeah, so if I'm in a really good mood, I will respond with something sarcastic and witty, and if I'm in a bad mood, I'll just ignore it till I'm in a good mood, or I'll just, if it's really offensive, I'll just delete it, and then we literally forget about it immediately, don't we? There's no...
Yeah.
We don't hang on to them and we don't concentrate on them. And here's a top tip: if you get a bad one, read the 5 above it and the 5 below it, and for us anyway, they're always really nice, so it just straight away it just cancels it out, and that's how we deal with it. We appreciate the good ones, forget about the bad ones. We don't actually see the thumbs down because of the app, the studio. Yeah, we look everything in YouTube Studio app. Yeah, so all we see is like our analytics, the comments and the thumbs up. We don't actually see the thumbs down, so it's only until someone's put something in a comment, because we don't go and look at the video on just normal YouTube. So yeah, we never know, and we're never gonna go and look at it because we don't care. No, we don't. To be honest, again, if you look at, say you get 30, 40 thumbs down, and you've got like 16, 1800, 2000 thumbs up, again, it just negates it, and we're just very lucky that we've got thick skin. Yes, like, it doesn't really affect our mental health in that way, because we are who we are, i.e. we're gay, like from a very young age. Speak for yourself. Are we? Yeah, did you not know? Anyway, so we're a couple, if you didn't know. We're a couple, and... What? No, carry on. You're such a div. We're a couple. Now I don't know where I'm going with it. Where she's going is basically, we've always worked in men's world, both of us. We've sort of worked our way up to the top of our respective careers, haven't we? And along the way, we've heard every bit of bloody homophobic, sexist, stupid abuse that you can throw at us. And it to the point now where the troll comes on and we're literally like, come on, mate, do it better. If you're going to insult me, please do it right. Don't even bother. So yeah, I would say probably, what, 20 odd years of practice. Yeah, it's really, like, it just water for the ducks back for us, so yeah. Yeah, and so it just doesn't affect our mental health. The only thing that I could see affecting our mental health eventually, if it gets to that point, and I think I've seen it with other creators to be fair, is if we felt a pressure to put out content on a set day so many times a week, all of the time. I think that would get to us eventually, but we don't do it like that, do we? So no, because I still work part-time, so that wage is for all of our bills and all of our spending. So although we do make some money off of YouTube, and it's great that we do, that's like extra money, so we don't rely on YouTube as our main income, so the pressure isn't on us there. And it's because of that we're a couple. So yeah, we're very fortunate to have your income, aren't we? So, yes. The only thing we do get that we find really funny, because we know it's going to happen now, is I'm going to switch over to Instagram for a second, but the minute we take a coupley picture or do a reel, like the other day we put out this reel, I'll put it on the screen now so you can see what I mean.
Do you feel that your wife is very controlling in the relationship?
Tell him no. Tell him no, babe.
No. Yeah, whenever we do something like that on Instagram, we know for a fact our followers are just going to go whoom. So as soon as it goes up, they just, you know, 10 go, 20 go, 30 go. And it's like, do you not know? How do you not know we're a couple? So we know that's coming, don't we? But again, it's just, people don't want to see it. That's absolutely fine. Yeah. And they're not being horrible to us anyway. So it's the same as if, like, you saw something that you'd been following them and they then done something to an animal, which I'd be like,
unfollow.
Yeah, so they're just doing what everyone says. If you don't like it, scroll on by. That's all they're doing. They don't want to see it, so they unfollow. So we do know that's coming. It's a bit sad, but it is what it is, and that's it really. So yeah, Instagram, fickle. YouTube, loyal. We like you. We like you the most, don't we?
We do.
So the next question is, if the YouTube bubble burst tomorrow, would we still have much interest in travelling in our camper? And I've put that together with, do you think of locations for YouTube or travel for pleasure and then hope for good content? So in answer to the first one, no, if the YouTube bubble burst tomorrow, yes, we were still travelling in our camper. We was doing it before we had this van.
We had another van before this, and then before that we used to do things in a tent. And our first home together was a tent.
Yeah, we lived in a tent together, didn't we? So we just packed everything into a Citroen Saxo, was our car at the time, and just moved and lived in a tent. So yeah, that was all long before YouTube. So definitely without YouTube, we'd still be doing this 100%.
Yeah.
And what was the next part?
So do you find content for YouTube or for us?
Oh, okay. So no, we travel to where we want to go, and then we make content based around that. We never think, oh, I'll go there for good content. Now we know that when we get out to Europe, the content's going to be more interesting, but we'd be going to Europe anyway, so we're not doing it for that.
No, and the places that we will choose and pick to go to will be for us and what we want to do. No offence, it's not for you.
They won't.
We share it.
Don't worry, it's not for me ever. It's based around where Emily is warmest.
Yeah, basically. And
Where
I
the
want
sun's shining.
she sold like having a van to me by like this little lagoon thing where we could park up and just go in. Not once have I had that. Not once. Where are these little lagoons?
We'll find them, don't worry. Right, the next question. How do we put out so much content? Well, at the minute, I don't think we're putting out loads.
No.
But
No, because we're not really travelling.
No, we're not really travelling, so we're just putting out content as and when we can. But I genuinely love it. So the whole process of filming the videos, editing the videos, publishing the videos, speaking to you in the comments, or the whole thing really, we love, don't we? So,
yeah. And I love doing the social media side of it. So if you're ever talking to me on Facebook, Instagram, anything like that, it's me that you're talking to. Because I always find it funny because everybody automatically thinks that it's Louise, but it's not. It's always me. She doesn't do that side of it. But I love doing all of the stories and all of that stuff. It's just...
Emily's head of public relations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that's how we put out so much, because we genuinely enjoy it. If there's a time that we're not feeling it, we just don't put any out. So that's how, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
What made us start this journey? Do you know?
The journey is in what?
I think the YouTube journey.
Oh, the YouTube journey. Oh.
Yeah, so we've mentioned we
yeah.
had vans before, and we used to put the pictures of that on our travels on Instagram, and we used to get loads of questions about how we built the van, so especially from women, and I wanted to let other women know that it was, you know, they're more than capable of doing it. So what we said we'd do is when we build the next one, we'll film it and put it on YouTube, and then it's there, and that's what we've done, isn't it?
Yeah, and when we build the next van, the build videos will be even better because she's got a lot more experience.
Oh, the
now.
early build videos are absolutely dire. But I'm leaving them up there because I think it shows the whole journey of how the videos have progressed, how the van's progressed. So yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Don't go. Maybe from like the kitchen worktop onwards, it's okay. But anything before I was putting a kitchen in, I'd forget it. But I was working full time and building a van.
Okay.
Are we paying, and do we have to pay tax? Yes, we have to pay tax. We've done self-employed before, so it's like any other self-employed job. You have to pay tax, you have to pay NI. We're just looking at getting a specialist accountant actually that understands the whole social media influencer, whatever you want to call it, market a little better, because there's stuff we don't know that we can
sort of
offset and all this
and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we are doing it. We only really need to start doing it recently because we wasn't earning really any money from it. But yeah, we are doing it, and yes, you do have to do it.
Yes.
But I'm not sure whether this one is where do we see ourselves in 5 years or where do we see YouTube in 5 years, but we will still hopefully be doing YouTube videos, I would guess.
I'd like to be still travelling full time in 5 years' time.
Travel's the goal. If we can still film it and put those videos out, then it's great. As for where I see YouTube in 5 years, that's tricky at the minute, right? Because short form content, like 15-second, 30-second content on screens that are portrait that are that way around, is the thing at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we are doing that as well. So we've just started doing like Instagram Reels and TikToks. So I'll put links for both of those in the description, because our Reels, well, we do funny ones, don't we?
Yeah, because I really like the funny ones. Like, I love, don't get me wrong, you got them inspirational travel ones and stuff like that, but that's not really us.
But I do think that long form content is where YouTube should keep its focus. I don't think YouTube Shorts are really the way to go. And I think people always want long form content because sometimes you want to sit down and you want to watch 20 minutes of someone else's life just to have a little bit of a nose.
Yeah. Oh, so nosy.
Rather than polished 15-second clips on Reels. So I think YouTube's still going to be there, and hopefully we'll still be making videos because we'll still be travelling. Where do we see our channel going and how far can we take it? Did we ever see our videos being so popular? So where do you see our channel going? We've got
On top of the world. No, I'd like to get to 100k.
Is that your goal? Is it 100k?
100k is my goal.
So I'd like to get to 50,000 subscribers, but with consistent views of about 30,000 per video. So
yeah,
it's not all about subscribers for me. I like the fact that if my videos can keep people engaged and keep them coming back and back and back, for me that's enough. I don't need the big subscriber count because really you can have all the subscribers in the world, but it might not be.
Oh, I want the watch time and views as well. Like, I want it all.
She wants it all. Of course you want it all.
I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, I would love to get to 100k and have like the plaque thingy and still have the watch and view times.
Yeah, consistent views is what I'd be aiming for, and we've got that at the minute with our 22,000 subscribers nearly. Yep. We get a good amount of views every single week, so thank you so much because that's you guys that are doing that.
It is, yes.
But hopefully we can maintain that as we get a little bit bigger. But I don't want to be massive. There's a lot of pressure.
Well, you've lost your weight now, so you're not massive
anymore.
anymore.
Lost the stone, baby. Oh, no, we missed that bit. Did we ever see our videos being so popular? No.
I genuinely was like, nobody's going to watch them. Why are you even doing this?
We was just like, it's just us two like bickering, not really, because we can't do much because we travel with the dog, right? So we can't go off and do loads of activities. So it is generally just nice scenery, pretty pictures, and us bickering. And apparently, us bickering is what people have like got themselves into. So so no, we didn't see it coming, did we?
No, not at all.
Has our YouTube revenue dropped since COVID? Well, we don't actually know. We monetised this channel in April 2020. Is that last year?
Yeah.
So we've only been monetised during COVID. So we've got absolutely no idea if revenue's gone down. It does fluctuate. I've noticed that it will fluctuate. Two videos could get 20,000 views each and one will pay you a lot more than the other one. So it does fluctuate. But we don't know if it's gone down. As far as views gone down since COVID, again, we've built this channel pretty much during COVID, so we don't know. Hopefully, because that means when COVID's finished, our views will go up. But we don't know, so.
But you've also got to understand that at certain times of the year, views are going to go down.
Oh, absolutely, especially because of COVID.
Yeah, that's it, because people have been locked in and now it's summertime, people's views are going to go down. Yeah, and you're out. And we understand that.
Rightly so. Most of our subscribers are travellers or campervanners. So it's August, it's sunny, COVID's like the country's just open back up again. People ain't going to be sitting watching like 10 hours of YouTube content on a Sunday afternoon.
So watch this when you can, you know.
So of all the skills that we've learned building the van, filming and editing YouTube videos, which do we value the most?
Get yourself a loo.
Is that your skill, is it? You married right.
Yeah.
You married right, didn't you? I married wrong. Anyway, in answer to that question, I've said it before, I'll say it again, my skill that I value the most is learning the electrics for building the van. I know it's not YouTube related, but I still value that over learning how to edit and how to film make, because that was a big deal for me. Although I have just learnt to weld, which was last week's video, and that is also a big deal for me as well. So maybe when I've welded a bit more, welding electrics. But yeah, as for obviously the editing, I love the fact I've learnt that, but you're getting bored.
Oh, it's edit stuff, innit?
Hopefully you get the gist of what I'm saying. Okay, next question. Has the YouTube experience differed much from what we thought it would be before we started doing it?
Yes. Next question.
Are you going to elaborate?
Elaborate?
Elaborate.
Oh, elaborate. I was like, what word is that? Yeah, it's loads different. I didn't think it would be like this, like all of the interaction with everybody and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just that side of it I really like.
I didn't think that with 20,000 subscribers, I didn't realise how many people 20,000 subscribers was. So like whenever we go to a show, or even it's getting to the point where we go to campsites now, aren't it? Someone always knows us, and I had absolutely no idea that that would be the case.
No, yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah, and how invested we would be with some of those people. So obviously you all see our lives, but there's you lot, and we always want to make sure that the videos are fun for you and all those things. And I didn't have a clue that we would care about that in the first place. I thought we'd just make videos, put them out there, and then make the next video. But that whole community.
But again, that's why I think like the interaction that we have with you guys. So yes, alright, we're sitting here talking, but then with the comments and then Instagram, Facebook, and all of that stuff, it adds to all of that because, yeah, we speak to people all of the time, don't we?
Yeah,
So-
Emily replies to every single message within Instagram, which is a lot, and we also try, and we're just starting to fall off of it a bit as
little
well
bit,
now. But
yeah.
we was, up until very recently, replying to every single comment on a YouTube video.
Yeah.
We're going to try and carry on doing that for as long as we possibly can, but if it does grow much more, we're going to struggle, and some are falling through, aren't they? We are missing some.
Yeah, so apologies, but I do try. But as well, I've been back working full time when I'm not meant to be, by the way. But yeah.
Yeah, so we don't want to. This is the one thing, we don't want to lose that. But
Yeah.
also, obviously, we still want to grow a little bit. So at some point, we're going to have to say we can't do them all. But please still put all your comments in, because we will read every one.
Yeah.
And that is the one thing that we love, unexpectedly love more than we ever thought would be a thing.
I love reading them, and it
is
makes
all the
us
comments.
laugh.
Yeah.
And
yeah, especially the funny ones, especially the ones that wind you up. Any comment about Fanny is a win from me. Why are we capping our subscribers at 25,000?
She's not. She's an idiot. She's just winding you up.
I don't think that I could, even if I wanted to. However, if I could cap them at 50,000, I'd consider it, like I say, to keep that community vibe. But I'm sorry if you took that seriously, but I'm not capping it at 25.
She's not.
Or am I? Maybe you should subscribe right now, just in case I do.
Such a div.
When will we start a Patreon? We get asked this all the time. We've not started one so far because one, we couldn't put out extra content, could we? Like when
No.
we're travelling, we put out 2 videos a week on this channel. Plus, I've now got the other channel, so I couldn't put extra content on there. So the only thing we could put on there is maybe like a monthly live,
Yeah.
where it's just for Patreons only, so we
Yeah.
can interact. Because when we do a live, it's so fast we can't read all the comments.
No, that's it. I think that would be like the biggest thing, isn't it? To be able to do a live with the patrons. Cause
We could do a monthly live, and
Yeah.
we could do some like behind the scenes little 2-3 minute videos, just
Yeah.
unedited, just raw. But there's not much more. Maybe make it a bit more interactive. So sometimes we're like, should we go to a lake tomorrow or should we go to the mountains tomorrow? So maybe we could do like Patreons decide,
Yeah.
and give you the options of the 2 places. But as far as extra content goes, we
couldn't
do
do
that.
it,
And then
no.
I'd feel bad that some people are paying to be part of something where they're not really getting much
more,
back.
yeah, yeah.
Early release, we could do early video releases
Yeah.
when they're done. But that's why we've not done a Patreon, because I don't know, it doesn't.
We couldn't give any more.
Yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments, because
Yeah.
we do get asked this question all the time. Can we sign up to your Patreon? Where's your Patreon? Have you got a Patreon? We haven't got one. We're not thinking of doing one, but saying that, we may well do one in the future. So let me know what you think of Patreon plans, is what I'm trying to say. Ooh, this is going to be a long one. Oh, I hope you got a cup of tea for this one.
Some snacks.
What do you like and hate about you doing YouTube? So I've listed mine, so I'm going to quickly go through them. So I love the fact that we meet so many more new people. There's certain people that we would never have met if we didn't do YouTube, so that's been cool,
Yep.
hasn't it? Making people smile. Now, when we come back from Spain and we was locked down, and everyone, by that point, I think everyone, so this is like January, February time,
Yeah.
isn't it? I think everyone was pig sick of it. And although our van had broken down and our dog had broke his leg, we'd still just got back from Spain. So we wasn't in that, we've been locked in our house
Yeah,
for a year.
yeah.
So the fact that we could put out videos that make people smile was a huge, I didn't know that was going to be a thing.
No, that's true. That's one of my biggest things, is the fact that we get some really lovely messages from people just saying about how we've helped them through the lockdown, and how we make them smile, and they always look forward to what we put out and stuff. And for us, that's just
Yeah, massive deal, because we didn't know that
No.
people would be that invested, and we didn't know lockdown was coming either. So
yeah.
the fact that, especially that we've got some subscribers who are single elderly people,
Yeah,
and the fact that we could make them smile on a Sunday afternoon was massive for us. Wasn't
it
it?
is. Yeah.
What else have I got? Oh, this is another thing for me that I wasn't expecting, is I'll very quickly tell the story. So I went to backpacking around Australia when I was 17. Now that's nearly 20 years ago. Facebook wasn't a thing, the internet was still on dial-up. Like, I only spoke to my parents. Now, bearing in mind I was a 17-year-old girl backpacking in Australia by myself. They only got to speak to me on a Friday afternoon when I bought the phone card for $5 Australian so I could speak to them. So I would tell my mum where I was going next. She would then get on a dial-up, and by the time I spoke to her on the following Friday, she could list every single thing that I might or might not have done, just in case that's where I'd been, and then she could talk to me about it. So now, the fact that she could follow us around
Yeah.
Spain and see what we was doing and be
Yeah.
involved, like, in real time almost, that was pretty cool. So that's one of my favourite things.
Joni's
isn't it?
very invested.
Oh yeah, Joni's really invested. Not just in our channel, in
Oh,
all VANLIFE
yeah.
channels.
Don't think it's just us. No. We're not special.
And another thing I love is the fact that I'm now making a living, albeit a small one, from something creative that I enjoy. So that's pretty cool for me.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want to add of what you like about it? You've already said about speaking to other people.
Yeah. No, I like as well the fact that you're doing something that you love, because that has changed how our relationship is as well.
Oh, absolutely. I'm far less. I had quite a stressful job before I finished work, so yeah, it is nice to not have, like, now the door's open for you to just vent all the time, and I absorb the venting rather than us both venting.
I'm sure she was scrolling on her phone yesterday when I was venting.
Research. I was looking at TikToks.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
What do I hate about you doing YouTube? There's only one thing I hate, and that is the fact that YouTube is so focused on your thumbnail and your video title that you can make the most amazing video in the world, and if you haven't got either a clickbaity title or someone naked in a bikini or, you know, an intriguing thumbnail, it's going to get seen far less than if you did those things. So that is the one thing I hate.
So look out for the bikini shot.
It's not happening.
I know.
Let us know in the comments. Bikini thumbnail? No, yay or nay? And I'm talking about you. I ain't doing it.
Nobody wants to see this.
AJ might do it.
Yeah. You never know.
Anything else you hate about it?
No.
No?
No.
So yeah, one thing that we hate out of the whole experience I think is pretty good, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So this is the big one. This is the most popular question by far, is how much does YouTube pay you? And is it realistic to expect to be able to start a channel and live off the income? Now, I don't think it's a realistic expectation to be able to start a channel and live off the income. So many channels start every day. It's a huge commitment to get it up and running off the ground. But I will... Where's my phone?
I don't know.
So I'm just going to go into the analytics because I don't know the exact figures, and I'll put this up on the screen so that you can see. So I'll probably call this video something like how much we make on YouTube with 20,000 subscribers. But like I said before, subscribers has got naff all to do with it. It's all about views.
Yes. So obviously the subscribers do help in getting people coming to your channel and stuff, and YouTube pushing it out. But it is about the watch time and how many views you get. So the more views that you get, the more YouTube will push it out. It doesn't matter that you've got 20,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers. If you're not getting the views, YouTube won't recommend it to people.
Right, so in June we put out 4 videos, so each of the little spikes that you see on the screen is a new video, and we got 115,000 views. Now that's a fairly lowish month for us. That made us $602.70. Now, even though views were low, I remember that month RPM was high, so we got paid a bit more. So $602, I'll put up on screen, it's about £430, I think, roughly. And that is just from ads. Now, I just want to point out that we take mid-roll ads out altogether.
Yep.
So the only ads on our videos is one right at the beginning and sometimes one right at the end that no one watches. So it's literally only one, really, at the beginning. That's all it is. So if you was to put mid-rolls in, you might get paid a bit more. We don't know because we don't put them in. Not that we're judging anyone that does put them in.
No.
The only reason I don't put them in is because they mess up my video. And they cut it up into bits I don't want it cut up into. So I'm not saying we'll never put them in, because we may well one day. But right now, we're not putting mid-rolls in. So in July, we had a video take off. So I think we put out 1, 2, 3, 4... I think we put out 5, maybe 6 videos in July. We got 159,000 views. So in July, even though we got more views, our revenue was less, so $586.48. So you can see it fluctuates. So in August, the current month we're in, we've only put out 2 videos so far, but we've had 118,000 views. So we're already sitting at over $300 for this month. So this month's probably going to be decent.
Yeah.
So as you can see, on average, for 4 to 5 videos a month, we're probably getting about 430 quid, I would say.
Yeah.
If I go back to I won't go through it because it's a lot of faffing, but if we go back to the analytics where we was putting out 2 videos a week back in November, we was probably earning about the same. So we've managed to get to a point where half the content is the same money. So probably when we get back out there and we're putting out more videos, it'll go up a bit. But yeah, that's how much we earn from YouTube, obviously.
Yes, but there is other ways that people are making money on YouTube, not just from the ads.
So I think if you're relying on just making YouTube videos and thinking you can make a living, maybe once you get to like 100,000 views a week or something, then you'd make a decent living. But really, you need to, if you're doing it for a living, you need to look at sponsored videos, basically.
Yes, so the sponsored videos is where you will is where you will negotiate with the sponsor about what rate you want to charge. And again, I want to stress that they don't come to you and say, oh, you've got 20,000 subscribers, let's collaborate. They say, let me have your analytics, let me see your view time, let me see your watch time.
Yeah, or they'll have already looked at how
Yes.
many views you're getting each week. So if you're one of the channels that's getting 2,000 views one week and 30,000 views the next week and then 10,000, they don't really, well, from our experience, they don't
Yeah.
really like that. They like the fact that you're consistently getting a certain amount of views, and that's because they're going to put their thing in your video and they know it's going to see a minimum of this many people. It's not a risk, basically, of, oh, it might only get 2,000 or
Yeah.
it might get 30,000.
Yeah. So that's another way that people are making money, isn't it?
And it's also where the money is, really. You can earn more money from working with brands than you will do from YouTube ads, because YouTube takes like 55% or something, I'm not sure, of the ad revenue. So someone pays
YouTube
for an
takes a
ad,
lot,
they take a lot of it away. So
and then you can govern and negotiate what you want to charge to the sponsor, isn't it? So,
and here's why, because we've done a few sponsored ones now. So apologies if there's just been a major shift in the composition of the lighting, but basically the memory card run out. Then the light fell off, and now we're going to carry on with the video very quickly, because if the memory card ran out, it means we've waffled a lot.
we have.
So what was I was saying something about, the reason we'd rather do paid promotions or sponsored videos is because we can control what the advert is about, so we can make sure it's something that might be relevant to at least some of you, if not all of you.
And relevant to us as well.
Something that we've actually tried and tested and we like, and also it's just one, it can flow into the video and it's just one break rather than lots of just staccato ads. So that's why we do that. Plus, you earn, if I'm honest, you earn more money from a paid video than what you do from just whacking a load of ads in. So that is why we do the paid promotions.
It is. And we try to make them a little bit interesting. So, yeah, hopefully they are.
Yeah, and that's about it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much covered everything.
Sorry for the waffle, but I do like these videos though.
Yeah, we like making these videos because we hopefully it answers a lot of the questions in a bit more detail than what you would get if we was trying to do it in private messages and whatnot.
Yeah, and yes, there is waffle and stuff like that, but I feel that it's relevant waffle.
Yeah, for you nosy Parkers that want to know how much money we're making on YouTube. I'm not going to tell you how much we get from the paid promotions because they're all different, and they're different deals, and every channel, like I say, every channel is different. So just because you got 20,000 subscribers doesn't mean you'll get paid the same as us. It's all about the views. So, but what I will say is, it's the paid promotions that are going to make this a viable income for me while we're travelling, more so than the ads. So take from that what you will.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and the other thing, affiliate links, just very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that we use in the van that we buy, and people will say, oh, what's that? If it's good, which it will be because we're keeping it, we stick an affiliate link in the video description. So if you click on that link and then buy it, we get...
They don't even have to buy it though, do they?
No, they have to just buy something, anything, and then we get... It's only pennies, but over the month it adds up to...
Yeah.
And I think that's the trick. If you want to monetise yourself on YouTube to make an income, you need to be, as I like to say, you've got all your fingers in lots of different pies.
No fingers in no pies, this one.
And there's a joke there, but I'm not going to say it because I'll get slapped on camera. And on that note, guys, we'll probably end the video there. Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah?
Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, considering hitting that subscribe button because we still want to get to 100k. We've got a bit to go.
We've got a long way to go. I don't think we're ever going to get to 100k.
Not with this waffle. Give us a thumbs up. And if you don't, we ain't going to see it anyway. And hit the ding the bell.
Ding the bell, and we'll see you guys on the next one. We're just going to do a very quick PS. We forgot to say, we've had loads of questions that aren't YouTube related, but we want to try and keep this video YouTube related. So we're going to...
We're going to see how this video goes. Maybe do a live or maybe do another one.
Yeah, so we'll either answer them all in a live or we'll do another Q&A. If this one goes down well, if not, then we might not. But we hope to answer all those questions in an upcoming video because there's loads.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, and on that note, we are now going.
Yeah.
So see you later.
You put me on the spot.
No, it's always good fun.
I don't know, like... Oh, that's a bit dusty, isn't it?
Well, you're the cleaner. You're here to clean it.
So what was that?
That's recorded so people know what an abuser you really
Oh,
are. Did you see
hardly.
how much I flinched? Did you see that, people?
That's right, know your place.
I used to have a job, but I got laid off. I used to have a wife, but she said she had enough.